let's talk about creating your own writing sprints. And this actually helps to gamify it a little bit while also being highly productive at home. So there are lots of ways to do writing sprints. We've talked about lots of options here. We even have videos to help you do writing sprints if you want like a digital companion where I can be here writing along with you and doing all those things. Tons of options here on the channel. But one thing that you can be doing if you are on your own for this is to gamify it for yourself while also being highly productive at home. So if you are writing, you are probably at home. This one is not for like at the cafe or at the bookstore. This is an at-home version of this. And what you want to do is pick a time frame. It's either going to be 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't want you to go less. I don't want you to go more on this. So right in there, if you are a faster person where you do a lot of things and you do them faster, go with the 15 slots. If you are somebody who's a little bit slower, you need to take a little more time to do things, go with the 20-minute slots. And what you're going to do is take however much time you have to dedicate to your writing and to doing things around the house, and you're going to divide them up into those slots. So for the sake of the conversation, I'm going to keep saying 15 minutes, but it can be 15 or it can be 20. So you're going to then divide up that time into 15-minute slots. And you are going to do one thing for 15 minutes and then switch for another 15 and then another thing for 15 minutes. So we're going back and forth between writing and household chores, things you have to do around the house. So we're going to gamify this by seeing how much you can cram in during those time frames. So we're going to start off by doing 15 minutes of writing. This one probably won't go super well for you because when we just start writing, it can be a little bit hard to get into it. Like, you know the vibe. It takes a little bit of time when you're jumping into your writing at the beginning. So 15 minutes, see how many words you can get in there. Then for 15 minutes, you're going to vacuum your house. Now, this probably will not cover your entire house, so you can divide this up however you want. Vacuum the living room. Make sure the living room is clean. If it's a fast thing where you're not going to take 15 minutes to vacuum the entire living room, it's going to be done early. Then you're vacuuming and you're fluffing the pillows and you're dusting, like whatever you need to do. What can you get in that 15-minute time frame? But your goal here is to make yourself do more than you typically would. So in 15 minutes, if you know for sure you can vacuum and you can fluff up those pillows, also cram in the dusting, even if it feels like it's going to be a stretch. And then you're going to hustle to get it done. Your goal here is to see if you can beat that goal. So if you know that you can write 500 words in 15 minutes, that might be a lot for some of you. Let's say 100 words in 15 minutes. Try to do 125 words or 150 words in that 15-minute slot. And then you're pushing yourself just a little bit more than you traditionally would while you're doing it. We're gamifying this. So your goal is to get things done in those 15-minute increments. Then when you get done with that 15-minute of writing, now you have to go do the dishes that are in the sink. You just have to hand wash all those things and like put them in the cabinet. Then you're going to write for another 15 minutes. Then you have to go take the laundry out of the dryer and get it folded before that 15-minute time slot ends. If you get to that and you do not accomplish that, now you have to accomplish whatever else in the next 15-minute time slot. So let me paint you a picture. Let's say you are on your 15-minute chore time slot and you are going to be doing the laundry and you take it out of the dryer and you're folding things, but you still have a couple of things when your timer goes off. And I do want you to set a timer for these things. Now you have to stop. Whatever you're doing, you have to stop and leave it right where it is and run over to your computer and you're writing for 15 minutes. Because you didn't get that laundry done, now those 3 pieces of laundry things that you have to fold have to be done in the next 15-minute time slot as well as whatever you had planned. So I want you to make a plan for this. And it doesn't have to be like big or intense. You're just saying, this is the room I'm tackling or this is the task that I'm going to be tackling. And if you find that you keep finishing things extra early, you're not making yourself do enough stuff. So you need to double up for the next time period. If you then are writing and you don't hit that word count, that 100, that 200, whatever it's going to be for you, you want to make sure that that gets tacked on to the next section and you cannot get behind. Turn it into a race, turn it into a game, turn it into a competition against yourself and see how much you can get done. And you can decide how you're going to gamify this. Is it just a race to get these things done? And if you get things done early, maybe you get extra writing time at the end, or maybe you get to go do something fun at the end. Or are you going to say, I have to get so much stuff done, and if I don't, then I lose access to doing something else, watching a Netflix show later on? Or do you want to gamify it by saying, okay, these are my 15-minute time slots. Am I going to get more writing work done? during those 15 minutes or more housework done. And you can compete writing versus housework. What are you more efficient at? What are you more effective at? Make it a game, make it fun, make it some kind of challenge for you. And whatever time period you have in those 15-minute blocks, see how much you can get done, push yourself to do a little bit better. And you're competing against yourself, one side against the other, or whatever you want to do to help you to level up, to push yourself to do a little bit better while you're writing. Always set that alarm on your phone for those 15-minute increments. Have a schedule, have a checkbox if you need to. If you can have 2 columns, one for your writing and one for your chores, and see how many times you've checked it off properly that you made it or that you didn't make it, that's going to give you a pretty good idea of how you can compete against yourself to get these things done. And not only are you getting your writing done in small increments, but you're also getting your housework done in a way that's kind of a little bit more fun, but also very effective because you have a small time slot to get everything done. And you can do this as a challenge before your partner gets home or before the kids get home or whatever you want to do. Challenge yourself to get these things done or how much you can get those things done before something happens. The end of time, somebody comes home, you have to leave to do something. Turn it into a challenge for yourself and make it fun. There are, of course, a lot of ways that you can do writing sprints. You can work with yourself. You can challenge yourself. You can work with other people. There's lots of options. We've got tons of them here. We even have over the course of the last few years, we've done some really cool opportunities where we've done digital writing sprints where I come and guide you through your writing process as you're doing it. And we've got all the really cool things, though, that even if you don't have a group of people that you're writing with, you can kind of feel like you do because you've got a lot of options here. So drop your questions on writing sprints, on how to be more effective and efficient as a writer. You guys know I write really, really fast and have I am a multi-time best-selling author, but I have a lot of best-selling novels and I write really, really fast. You can too. You can gamify this. You can make this a lot more fun and romanticize it a lot better while also getting your everyday life done as well. Sometimes we feel like if I write too much, I'm not going to get my normal stuff done, the stuff I have to do for my life, or if I do the stuff I have to do for my life, I'm not going to get my writing done. So if you kind of go back and forth and almost treat it as a reward, I got the laundry done, now I get to write for 15 minutes. I got the dusting done, now I get to write for 15 minutes. That's going to help you to level up and get everything accomplished without as much stress as before. So we'll see you in the upcoming episodes. We're going to keep talking about this. So if you've got questions, now is the time to drop those. But we are going to continue to help you on your publishing journey from writing to publishing to marketing to make this your best author life ever. We'll see you next episode.